Hey, what's up everyone? Wolfman here, back at it again with another LEGO Star Wars review. And as from the title of this video, it is on another Rebel Alliance X-Wing Starfighter. And if you didn't see the review on the first one, which I did, which was the last video that I've done about a week ago, that one was the more updated version of the X-Wing, but this one is a bit older version of the X-Wing, and be doing a review on that. But before I do, just a quick reminder that between now and the last weekend of November, I am going to be doing reviews on LEGO Starships within the LEGO Star Wars theme, and it's all going to be leading up to the review of my Grand Fleet, and this will consist of both Rebel Alliance, Resistance, Empire, First Order, Galactic Republic, and even some Mandalorian starships as well. So yeah, that's something to definitely tune into if you happen to be new to this channel, because the number of starships that I have is, I wouldn't gloat, it's massive, but it's probably not as big as other YouTubers who have actually pulled something like that off. So with that out of the way, and without further ado, on to the review. And here it is, set number 75218, X-Wing Starfighter, released back in 2018, has 751 pieces and comes with 4 minifigs, 2 pilots and 2 astromech droids. I'm going to jump into those here real quick. First one is, of course, the infamous R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, Biggs Darklighter, and this last one, what droid is it? Another astromech, of course, and it is R2-Q2. And this is actually the second version of this droid, I believe. There was another one that came with the Imperial V-Wing, which I got 6 of. You didn't see that my review on my entire Imperial Army. I do have a handful of these guys, but I'm keeping this one as the part of the Rebel Fleet or Rebel Alliance. Yeah, these are the 4 minifigs that come with, and here's a close-up photo of them. Both of them have both pilots have these very unique helmets, and this is the first typing that they've ever done, and so far it's been the only time that they've actually done this type of molding, because they've gone back to the smaller traditional looks. But aside from their size, they're actually pretty cool, especially with the visors that are built into the helmets. And I do believe they are also two-faced, so they are double-faced. If I haven't put the photo up on it, in case they are, here it is. If not, then these are just your typical pilots. And once again, awesome detailing on these guys, including the astromechs too, quite frankly. And they're double-sided on their torsos as well. And it's just the traditional Rebel Alliance orange look, which they've done with so many other ones, especially if they're flying an X-Wing Starfighter. And I think this is the first time they've had Biggs as an actual character from the Rebel Alliance in an actual minifig form. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this is the first time they've actually done Biggs. So with that, the minifigures are out of the way. But yeah, onto the X-Wing itself, and this one's actually quite unique. There was actually a special feature that they've thrown into the Starfighter. You can actually change it between either Biggs or Luke's red markings. Now, since the last one that I did, which was Luke's X-Wing, that one was red 5, so for this one I've actually changed the markings with red 3, which happens to be Biggs' number designation at the Battle of Yavin. And you can actually do that just by changing the markings on the wings here, which is, I actually like it. It'd be cool if they actually did it for other ones. You can even, granted, if they actually did that, you can actually have a whole armada of X-Wings going into battle to fight against the Death Star, any form of the Death Star that anyone would have, mainly the open-sided ones, or even the old UCS Death Star 2, but I don't have that anyways, or any of those models. Anywho, this is a well put together Starfighter. I almost have no real complaints compared to the one I did last week, but yeah, I don't think I really do. I do have one issue, and that's the part of the function is for the S-foils, which it does, have. That's a feature that it always has. And to do it is you gotta use a lever right there in the middle, which it isn't too bad per se, but the one annoying quirk is this piece down here, because that's how you close the S-foils. And honestly, it's a bit weird to kind of see it just sticking out from the bottom. So that's honestly my real complaint about this set. And of course it does have landing gear, which is basically this sucker, and of course you got the two stubs here with the little push lever underneath to close the S-foils. That's basically it. And at least this one does have a retractable landing gear, because the other one does not, but this one does have the room for that. And other features, and one thing I forgot to point out in the other X-Wing, it does have the spring-loaded missiles, but only on the bottom of the wings, or at the bottom of the S-foils. This sucker, however, does have them for on all four wings, on both top and bottom, and the same on the other side. But it also has the stud launchers as well, just below the cockpit. Give you guys a closer look at it, which is a nice touch. I mean, it's like the torpedo launch. I would say it's like based off from the torpedo launchers. And of course, the cockpit can fit a whole minifigure in there, and I like the design inside this one as well. I mean, it's way better than the last one, honestly. But that version, which I'm sorry if I keep bringing that one up, it's just an easy comparison. The smaller size, so less detailing, but I honestly like the detail work on this sucker. I mean, heck, even the back, I find it much more, well put out than the design on the other one, but that's, again, another downsized version. And of course you got the four thrusters as well, which is a nice touch. And you can fit a whole astromech in here, either one of the droids. I did try fitting Chopper from Star Wars Rebels into this one. The little guy basically disappears. I wish I could show that to you guys, but I don't have the little guy on hand. But I did put him in the other X-Wing. He actually fits perfectly. The depth from the inside is actually a lot better, and way better than having R2 sticking out, which is obnoxious, which I would point out as another flaw. Anywho, enough of bringing up that sucker, which I'm sorry for doing. But this is a well put together design. I mean, I actually like it, and the fact that you can actually change the number designations on this one is actually why I got two of them. So this one I roughly have as Red 5, and the other one is Red 3. I changed out the pieces because I didn't pull out the wings from the bin that had the Red 3 markings on it, so by and large, that's how I would do it, and I have no regrets for buying two of them. And it's a well put together Starfighter, and this is actually my first ever Rebel Alliance, because the first actual X-Wing I got was the Resistance X-Wing, which will be the next one after this. But all in all, it's a well put together design. It really stays true to the original aesthetic of what an X-Wing looks like, and even more detailing and the markings and such on the fighter itself, which well thought out. I wish I can do any more comparisons with any older models, but this is, as far as Rebel Alliance, this is the only one, or the only oldest X-Wing that I have for that era anyways. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, that'd be my review. If you like that video, please feel free to leave a like and comment, and come join the Wolfpack by hitting the red subscribe button down below for more content and more stuff that's going to be coming out in the following weeks. And just a quick reminder to tune in to the review of my Grand Fleet, and sometime after that I'll be jumping into doing reviews for my Republic Clone Army, and quite frankly, it's massive, to say the least. Not as big as other YouTubers, but definitely something to look forward to. And one other thing I'm going to mention, I'm also going to be throwing in my Starfighters from my Mock Monday reviews. Next one is tomorrow, which will be uploaded on one of my favorite newer designs. So that's something to look forward to if you haven't checked out my other reviews for Mock Mondays. So I believe that is all for now, and all that's left for me to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney, and I'll see you guys next time.